Is living in New York everything you thought it would be? Do you think moving out of Ohio helped with your overall quality of life? Are you single? This is the tea. We about to get into it. This is the tea right now. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we're going to be doing a little bit different of a video today. I feel like I've been doing so many vlogs and I'm like, I need to do a sit down. Like, it's time for the girls to get down and like just talk. Like we need to talk about a lot of things. So today I'm going to be doing a Q&A. I asked you guys to send me some questions on Instagram. We're going to get into it today. We got a lot going on. I'm going to give y'all some tea. Just a little bit though. Y'all know I got to keep it classy. I'm never going to do too much. How do you balance work life and your social life? I love this question because I feel like I'm a pro activist for do it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do content creation. I also work full time. I have a 9-to-5 job. I work in the fashion industry and I'm currently an assistant buyer. Then I also have a book and I'm working on my second book. I have a self-love book that's out right now. I wrote it when I was 19 and it like goes into like my whole healing journey and everything. And then I'm also working on my second book right now. I also model. I have a lot going on. So when people ask me how do I balance my life, I think this is a great question. I really just try my best to do as much as I can with my day as I possibly can. Like, I feel like, especially because I'm like post-grad, like I graduated college about it's gonna be a year next month, and not even next month, like in a few weeks. Even in school I was a full-time student, still doing all these same things, book, YouTube, working a job, all those sorts of things. And I'm constantly like, I'm just one of those people who are like, I'm always doing something. Like, you're never gonna catch me not doing something, and that's just kind of how I keep myself sane. So I feel like when it comes to balancing everything with my life, I really just try to be very organized. I'm a very organized person. Like, my calendar, if it's not on my calendar, I don't remember it. I'm not gonna remember. I'm not gonna go. I'm from Ohio 9 months ago. I live in New York. I don't have any family out here. I'm still like new to like living here, so like making friends and all that, that's very important to me as well. So like when it comes to balancing things like that, I'm the queen of trying to figure that out. Having a routine and having structure is like the way that I can live my life, whether I was like living here or not. Like, that's always been how I am. When I'm at work, like my 9-to-5 job, I'm at work. Like, that's work, you know, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. That's what I'm doing. Like, I can't think about anything else because I'm getting paid like money to be doing that kind of work. But as soon as I clock out, it's the next job. Life is so complex and I feel like God has given us so many different opportunities of things to do. Like, why not do all of them? One of the biggest things is when I did, you know, decide to go into the corporate world, because I am still like a very creative person. I didn't want that to take up my life. So to keep myself sane, even with that, I have to still do my content on the side, you know, do my writing, be doing modeling gigs. Like, those are the things that keep my mind sane outside of the corporate world, because corporate is a lot on its own. I make it a big priority of mine to prioritize doing my other things on top of doing my 9-to-5 job as well. Every week is different, to be honest. Like, there's some weeks where I can only really focus on work. Then, you know, that's why I try to utilize my weekends as well. My weekends are kind of my time to like, okay, get my videos edited, film any extra content that I didn't get to do during the week after work if I was too tired, stuff like that. So I would just say as a whole, even though that was like a really long blurb of like how do I stay organized or how do I balance my life, do you think moving out of Ohio helped with your overall quality of life? I 100% think that it did. I am from Cleveland, Ohio. My family I come from a family that pretty much has stayed in Cleveland their entire life. Like, aside from my original great-grandparents moving here from Alabama, like from my mom's side of the family, my family has been in Cleveland, Ohio my entire life. I was born and raised here. No one's ever really left. Like, no, not even really. No one has left. No one's like ventured off, spread their wings, tried to do something else other than like you know, keeping it in the cycle. And I told myself, I remember like in high school, I was like, I have to be that person. Like, in my family, like, I want to be that person. I'm gonna go to college. I'm gonna get the degree. I'm gonna get the job. I'm gonna move. Like, not because I you know, don't feel like Cleveland is a place that you can still thrive in. I do, but for the quality of life that I wanted, I just knew Cleveland was never going to give that to me. Like, the satisfaction and the like overall just joy and excitement I feel being in this one place alone is honestly mind-blowing. The opportunities are endless. So you are sometimes a product of your environment. Cleveland, Ohio, if you know anything about Cleveland, Ohio, it's not, you know, I'm not going to shade the city, but like, there's a lot of violence, there's a lot of, you know, hating people that don't want to see people win. A lot of people that I've come up with are like just mutually known who have like businesses or whatever, they've, you know, been targeted for doing better for themselves. Like, it's not, and that's anywhere in life. I'm not just saying it's Cleveland, Ohio, but I'm only speaking to where I'm from. So I feel like for me, seeing that growing up all the time, time I was just like, no, like I have to leave here. Like I don't want to be a product of my environment. I want to go out and venture and see what else is out there for me. I feel like that was just important to me, and I made that a destiny of mine to do that. When I did my internship here 2 years ago, that was the first thing for me that told me like, okay, Zari, like you have to come back here. Like that feeling that I felt from living here for just 2 months doing an internship was like, it's unexplainable, and to this day I can never really convey it the way that I really felt it. I feel like I was able to walk into a different purpose of myself that I would have never gotten to walk into if I was still back at home in Ohio. I feel like when I first moved here I had a hard time, and I'm getting better at my adjustment now, and I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later. But I feel like when I first moved here I had a really hard time, because you move from your hometown and it's like this thrill, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this thing and everyone's so proud of you and this and that, and then you sit with yourself when you're in this new state and you're like, wow, I'm kind of alone. I actually have no family here. I actually, in order for me to go and conquer these dreams, I had to leave behind everyone that I know and love. And that was one of the biggest things that I had a hard time like kind of coming to terms with and like accepting, because yes, I wanted to go after my dreams and I wanted to chase my dreams and do all those things, but then also like I'm leaving behind my little brother, I'm leaving behind my mom, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, my little cousins, my aunts, uncles, like the people that my village, I'm leaving them, you know. That takes a different kind of toll on yourself. Like it's one thing for me to be on me, like I already have this pressure on myself because I'm just always on top of myself about, you got to do great, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to excel. And then I have the pressure of like my family, because they're using me as like motivation, you know. Like I was the one to do it, the first one to go to college and graduate, like actually get the degree, not 1 degree but 2 degrees. And on top of that, move to a whole new state and start a new life. It's a lot that comes with a lot of weight. So I feel like I'm getting exactly what I wanted out of this experience. Like I wanted to move to New York because I knew that this is the kind of life that I wanted for myself. I do feel like it has helped with my overall quality of life. When I was in Ohio, I just kind of always felt like a revolving like cycle. Like I don't know how to explain it in the best words, but I just feel like when I'm like, even when I go home sometimes now, the lack of motivation I have hits me. And I don't know if it's because I'm in a familiar place, I don't know if it's because of like, again, like just the environment, but like the drive that I have when I'm here to like, okay, let's go to the gym, let's go knock this video out, let's do this, that work, let's do this, let's do that. And then I go home and like all of that goes away, and I'm like, I don't want to do anything. I feel like lazy. I feel like I don't know, like it's a different, that city just makes me feel a different kind of way that I don't feel here. For me, that's how I know that it is doing what I needed to do for my quality of life and what I was looking for. Ohio's always gonna be my home, but this is the place that I was called to thrive, and God called me here, so I had to move. And now that it's about to be a year since you moved, have you fully adjusted to New York City? I don't think I'm ever gonna feel adjusted. Like if I'm just being completely honest with y'all, I don't think I'm gonna ever wake up one day and say, you know what, like yeah, like I got it all figured out here. Like I don't think I'm ever gonna have that feeling. I have my days where I feel really good about it and I feel like I'm conquering the city and I'm doing what I need to do, but then I have a lot of days where I sit in this room and I'm like, what am I doing here? And that could just be also me like being young in my 20s and like navigating my life now, but this is never gonna be my home. I didn't move here with the intent of making this my new home. It's kind of just like my place right now in my life. This is a chapter for me. It's not a forever thing. I'll be honest about that and be fully transparent. I do not want to live in New York for the rest of my life. Like I do not, when it comes to raising kids, yo, when I'm ready to raise kids and start a family, I'm out of here. Not even gonna joke with y'all right now. I cannot, I'm out of here. Like I just couldn't do it here. I want to go back to like the southern roots of mine and like more of the calm of life. Like I look forward to going home now in Ohio because it's more peaceful. Like I look forward to going home as like a vacation and like for my mind. But I do feel like I've accepted how I feel now. I think the biggest step for me is I was trying to chase that feeling of like making this my home, and that's the problem. It's never gonna be my home. Like it's never gonna feel like what Ohio feels like to me. No matter how I feel about Ohio and how it makes me feel when it comes to like my journey and like my purpose in life, it's still gonna always be my home. Once I kind of told myself stop looking at New York as like trying to be your new home, like just take it for what it is day by day. I have a lot more grace with myself when it comes to that, and I don't try to put so much pressure on feeling that whole like I finally feel adjusted. The next question is, what is the best borough in New York? I'm gonna say Brooklyn because I live here, like duh, but I really do believe it is the best borough. Like I don't think you could ask anyone. Well, they might say Harlem. I hear people say Harlem a lot. I love Brooklyn. I feel like Brooklyn is the closest thing to home I'm probably ever gonna feel. A lot of culture here, a lot of community, which I love. When I did intern here 2 years ago, I live in the Upper East Side, Manhattan, so the vibe up there is just so different than the vibe down here, and I like the vibe down here. What do you think is the most important thing for a young woman in her 20s to carry with her? Y'all getting deep with the question, and I like that. I didn't even look at the question before I filmed this video because I wanted it to just flow to me in the moment. I didn't want to like overthink it. I'm gonna say 3 things. Number 1, you're not gonna have it all figured out, and I think once you accept that you're not gonna have it all figured out, you have a calmer like way of looking at life. I feel like you're able to walk through life in a more peaceful way. We put this pressure on ourselves to like have everything figured out, and like I don't know why we do that. Like you're literally like hurting yourself, because no one at 20 years old has it figured out. I'm 22 and I definitely don't have it figured out, and it may look like it from social media or whatever, but I'm telling you, I don't have it all figured out. Accept that you're not gonna have it all figured out, and that's okay. Number 2, don't hold on to things that you know you're supposed to let go of. We're gonna get into that a little later too. Be obedient to God and what he is telling you to do when he's telling you to do it, because this is the pivotal moment in our lives in our 20s where we're like cultivating our life. Like what you do kind of like between 20 and 30, I feel like it's like it's really gonna map out how your life is gonna kind of look in the next like 20 years. And people can change and go on a whole different route 10 15 years now, like later from now, but I do feel like your 20s is like the most pivotal time in your life. You are growing, you are developing, your frontal lobe is still developing, like so much is happening. We should not hold on to things that are just not meant for us anymore. And I'm telling this to myself, because this is to me too. The longer that you hold on to something, the longer you're prolonging your progress, the longer that you're prolonging your purpose. And you don't want to look up and be 30 and be still stuck on something that you had going on when you were 22 that you should have probably let go of, and you knew you probably should let go of because you didn't want to be obedient about it and you were scared. And then now you're 30 and you regret it. Basically what I'm getting at is you don't want to ever like go through life living with regrets. We're young. This is the time to like try something. It doesn't work out, okay, move on. Like you don't have to hold on to something just because it's familiar, or hold on to something just because it's comfortable. Like again, me leaving my home state, I could have stayed home because it was comfortable to me and I knew everyone there and whatever, but that's not growing. Let go of what you're supposed to let go of so you can walk into what you're supposed to walk into. Another thing that I want to say is don't try your best not to compare yourself to someone else's life. I know it's hard. Like I'm gonna be honest, I have my moments too. Like it is hard, especially when we live in an age of like social media. You're constantly just seeing people, you're just getting a lot thrown at you all the time. And one thing I want to say, you don't have to continue to watch things that trigger you. If something triggers you, don't look at it. Like if let's say for example there's a person, and I'm just being real right now, there's a person that you see this person and it makes you feel bad about yourself, and like this person may make you feel, and it's not even against them, maybe it's just something that you need to still work on, and that's okay. Maybe seeing them on social media doesn't help your confidence, or maybe it doesn't help, you know, the way that you're looking at your life and how you're doing things. Unfollow the person. This might be a controversial topic, controversial thing to say, but I'm really pro like get rid of what triggers you. If something is triggering you, don't keep consuming it. Like you're literally feeding it to yourself, and you're doing it to yourself at that point. It's okay to have to kind of like turn a blind eye to something so you can focus on you and get your mind right, and then maybe you will get to a point where you can, you know, look at certain things. I just feel like we kind of make ourselves like have to deal with stuff that we don't have to deal with. Like you really don't have, this is your life. Like mind you, this is your life. Like you literally get to make your life. Like you literally get to cultivate how you want things to go. You are the writer of the story, and if you don't like something, take it out. It's really just that simple. We overcomplicate things all the time, but it's really not that complicated. Like this person ain't doing what you need them to do, bye. This friend ain't, bye. This job ain't, bye. You don't have to stay somewhere that you, one, don't feel valued, one, it triggers you, it makes you feel some type of way about yourself, or it's just not aligning with what you once was before, like what the path you're trying to go down. Maybe it was what you had when you were younger and it aligned back then, but now that you're getting older, it doesn't align anymore. That's perfectly okay. We got to be more okay with just like walking away from things that no longer serve us. Your 20s is the time to be selfish. Like that's one of the biggest things that I think I've learned since moving to New York. Your 20s are literally your biggest time to be selfish with your life. Do what's best for you. Do it in a way with love and care for those around you that, you know, are in your story with you, but you got to do what's best for you, because at the end of the day, everybody else is gonna do what's best for them. Do you actually like your job after college? That is such a funny question. Like no, but that's so real, because like, do you actually like your job? I will say I like my job. I like what I do. I like the fashion industry. I've always had a passion for it. I enjoy it, and I don't think I would be me if I wasn't a part of the industry in some way. Like I think I'm always gonna want to have my foot in fashion in some form of way. My viewpoint when it comes to like jobs, like that's my job and it funds my bills and things like that, but then I have my other jobs like this, and this is fun to me. So it's like, even if I don't love that job, I love this job, and this isn't the only job that I do. That's kind of how I look at it. I do a lot of data. If you don't know anything about being a buyer, like I do a lot of data, numbers, and like just tedious tasks all day. To be honest, I'm always on a computer. Like I pretty much work from home 90% of the time. A lot of pricing, a lot of vendor communication. Yeah, I do like a lot of different things like that, and it's my job. Like I don't really think about it like, you know, like I have to love it, because like I said, I love doing I'm still very involved in my passions that I do love. So like it doesn't really matter to me whether I'm like the most in love with it or not, because it's not everything to me. I love my work-life balance. I like my pay, and I do like the industry. So I would say as a whole I like everything, but I wouldn't say like I love my job. That answers the question. That's kind of what I got. I'm trying to avoid going into this next topic, so we're gonna do one more question that's nothing to do with that. How was the transition from Heights High to college? Also, which college did you attend? So this must be someone that's from Cleveland, because you know about my high school. Yes, I did go to Heights, Cleveland Heights University. High school was such a different thing, like such a different vibe than like going to college. You can't even really compare the two because it's high school and college. Like not even it being like the school that I went to, like just it's high school and college. I went to Kent State University. I'll say for high school, like you have a lot of people that are on your back. You have a lot of people that are like holding you accountable. Teachers, you know, they're on you about why your grades aren't this or this and that. Like people are constantly kind of in your ear pushing you. You get to college, all that goes away. Nobody's calling you and waking you up to go to class, and you know your mom's not coming to your room and saying, hey, are you up? A teacher isn't gonna, you might get some professors that care about you, and if you have a smaller class and maybe they do want to, you know, work on that one-on-one relationship, and they do want to ask if you're doing okay, why your grades are slipping or whatever. If you're in a big lecture hall, they're not going to be like checking for you. If you have an F, you just have an F. Like it's just the dynamic is different because the whole environment is different. I'm thinking about maybe doing like a wrap of like how my college experience was, so maybe I'll film that video for you guys. Okay, I guess it's time to get into this next part. Are you single? How is long distance? How is managing long distance? Yo, I've been avoiding this question because I really don't like saying it out loud. Makes it real. This is the tea. We about to get into it. This is the tea right now. I am not in a relationship anymore. Oh wow, that's my first time saying it out loud, like on camera, like to my subscribers. Like yeah, I am no longer in a relationship. And this is a thing because if you've been watching my videos, you guys would know I was in a relationship with my ex-boyfriend. When I'm like talking about things that make me kind of nervous or whatever, like I just laugh. Like this isn't funny, I'm just laughing because it's like my way to cope, you know. It was a hard thing. It's a lot to go into, and it's kind of still fresh in a way. Like it's not fresh, but like it kind of still is, I feel like. So it's hard for me to kind of talk about without me saying too much. Long distance did not work for our relationship. That's just the truth. Like that's just the reality. I don't even really know if we gave it, like if both sides gave it a real chance. I'm gonna also be honest about that. I think that, you know, people do long distance and they make it work, but both people have to be willing to make it work, and both people have to be willing to put the time, the energy, and the effort into making it work. And if they're not, like if one person is but the other person isn't, it's just not gonna work. I had a lot of hope for it, but it just didn't work out, and I feel like that's okay. And that's kind of to my point earlier, like you spend a lot of time with the person and you start planning a future with the person, and then you guys break up. Like it's life. Like it's just what happens. And I feel like this is no shade to him. Like I wish the best for him, and I hope that everything in his life works out, and I can never have any ill intent in my heart for someone that I love, but we were just on two different paths, and I just think that it wasn't, we weren't aligned, and I think that was probably the biggest thing. So the long distance questions, to answer all of that, no, it did not work out. I'm like trying not to say like too much, but like still trying to give you guys a little something, because I know that's what everybody wants to know. I will say, if you are in a relationship and you are going into long distance, as someone who's attempted it and like tried it for a few months, I will say like communication is everything, and two people have to want it. And also you have to prioritize seeing the other person, dedicating time to like talk about how you're feeling and how your life is going, because especially if you're in two different places, you know, there's a lot that goes into it. I'm just really trying to move on with my life at this point. I think I spent a lot of time trying to make something work that just wasn't working, and God was trying to tell me to leave that situation for a while. And again, this is no shade, this isn't one of those. I'm really just being honest about my journey and my walk with him. Like I just feel like I was called to be more obedient in this time and do something different with my life, and I was still trying to hold on. And that's what I said earlier too, like when you're moving to different places in your life and you're trying to hold on to your past at times, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and you have to just listen to that and like go with those emotions when they come as well. I will say this though, like I'm not interested in dating right now. Like I need to heal, and I can be honest with myself about that. like I've spent a lot of time in this relationship with someone, so I want to get my mind back right. I want to get myself back right. I want to get back into Zaria. Like I lost Zaria a little bit, and I don't ever want to lose Zaria again. To answer all y'all questions, that's the tea. Is living in New York everything you thought it would be? Yes and no. When you live in New York for an internship, like over the summer, like your first summer in New York or your first time in a place, it's gonna be so different than like when you come back. Like, or think about college, for example. Your freshman year is probably hands down, like most people, or for me it was at least, like my best year of college. And mind you, I did more things in my sophomore year or even my junior year than I did in my freshman year, but because it was so new to me, it felt like everything. That's kind of how I feel about New York now. Like, I think these past couple months for me have been a little bit rocky because I've had like a breakup and transitioning from a different job and just all types of things and trying to understand my life and everything. So that's kind of hindered me feeling that, like, yes, I feel like New York is everything that I thought it would be. But I also feel like because I did an internship here and I had the best summer of my life, again, because everything was new, everything was fresh. It was my first time ever leaving home and like doing that whole thing. I keep trying to like chase that feeling, but I'm never gonna have that feeling again. I'm 22 now. My life was just different then. I knew I had to go back home and go back and finish my senior year of college. I'm not going back home. I'm not going back to finish school. I have a job. Like, I'm a real adult now. Like, I have bills. Like, there is no like deadline on something anymore. So like now it's just kind of like every day you're just living. I don't know if I would say it's exactly what I expected, because I don't think I could have really expected any. I could have honestly, nothing that's happened has been what I expected. But that's the beauty of life. Like, I'm really big on like things just happen and you gotta just go with them. I can't believe I've been here for almost a year, y'all. Like, it's literally been almost a year, and that sounds so crazy to me because I feel like I just moved here. How was the transition into post-grad like? Post-grad, you know, was post-gradding. You know, it has been, when I first, okay, I've never really felt like that nostalgia of like, oh my gosh, I'm out of college and I'm like an adult now. Like, I have my moments where I said that throughout the day where I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm an adult. Like, I was just walking from Trader Joe's and I was like, wow, I have to feed myself tonight. Like, I have to make myself something to eat. I gotta like do things for me now. Like, who thought that? I graduated college. The week of graduation, I found out the job that I was gonna have after college. I told this in my last video too, my last girl talk. I literally only applied to one job because I wanted one job, and I got that one job. I don't work here anymore, obviously, but I was very intentional about what I wanted and what I didn't want. So I feel like for me, I knew when I was in New York 2 years ago the life I wanted by coming back here. So like, I feel like I was already mentally preparing myself for like the life that I was going to be living now. I haven't really experienced like post-grad depression. I think probably because I had a job lined up. I think most people, when they do go through that, it's because they are struggling to find a job, and I do sympathize with those people because the job market can be hard. But I just keep my faith in God, and like, he come through for me. I don't know what to say. Like, I just, he does it every single time. Like, every single time. And that's honestly what keeps me afloat with it too. I meant to prepare myself a long time ago. I knew that graduation was coming. I knew I was, you know, nearing senior year was ending. Like, it's time to be an adult now. Like, it's time. And I think I said this before, like, college is kind of like a safety net. Like, you're in college and you're not in the real world, and then you graduate and you're slapped with everything of the real world. And that was a hard adjustment. I literally sat the other day and I was going through my old YouTube videos and watching like my old college vlogs, and I'm so grateful that I do YouTube. No matter who, like, how many people watches it or how many subscribers I have, like, I'm so grateful that I have these memories documented to go back and look at, because it makes me so happy and filled with joy to watch my past self and like how I've just grown through the years. I definitely feel like I have my moments where I get kind of sad because it's like, you know, life just keeps going. Like, don't stop, it keep going. Like, it really just keep going. Like, when I find myself trying to get really in my head about it, I kind of like just try not to think about it, because if I get too deep, the nostalgia will kill me and I will literally get stuck in the whole like, oh my gosh, like, I graduated, there's no more first day of school, there's no this and that. But like, I knew college was ending, and I feel like college did exactly what I wanted it to do. I didn't leave college with any regrets. I didn't leave college with any like yearning for, you know, other experiences. Like, I feel like I got everything and more that I wanted from my college experience. So when graduation came, I was okay with clapping my fingers at it, because I felt like I did what I was called to do there, and now it's time for me to do what I'm called to do here. All right, y'all, I hope that y'all enjoyed today's video. This was very, very eventful. I hope that y'all enjoyed. I answered some of y'all questions. I feel like all these questions were very informative in some way. I feel like I gave y'all something. I was only scared about the single questions because I really wasn't trying to get into it, but y'all kept asking, so now you know. Don't ask me again. But yeah, that is gonna be all for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Give it a big thumbs up. Let me know down below what more videos you guys want to see from me. I know we got the vlogs going. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for like just supporting me and being here on this journey. If you guys have any other questions that I didn't answer in the video, or that you literally just want to know, you can DM me. Like, I'm really nice, I promise. Or comment. If you don't, if that's too much, if that's too far, comment down below. Like, I interact with everybody in the comments as well. I love you guys. I appreciate you so much for watching today's video, and I will see you guys next time in a new video. Bye. Mwah.